Brother Ron has well presented to us an overview of our strategic plan. All those 7 non-negotiable key results aim to make the Tanzania Assembly of God strong, live, and healthier, and eventually affect our church growth. We believe even in the New Testament, the church was live, and because the church was live, it affected its growth, spiritual, numerically, and even geographically. You read from Acts chapter 1, verse 8, you shall receive power, and when this power comes on you, you shall be my witness. And then chapter 2, verse 37, you see the church is growing numerically. More than 3,000 people got saved. And then the church grew geographically from chapter 6, 7, and 8. Therefore, in order to implement our strategic plan and bring the intended result, we developed a model of church planting. This model, which has 7 steps, has proven to be very effective in promoting church growth in Tanzania. Then, the steps are, number 1, we identify the area. In our church planting program, we focus planting churches in targeted areas. Our priority is planting churches in the unreached area of our nations. Therefore, the step number 1 in our model of our church planting is doing research in order to identify the areas with a need of a church. The second step is to recruit a church planter with a vision. A church planter must have a true burden and a clear vision to go to a place and stay there. He do not only plant, he stay, nurture the church, and then continue to plant other churches. In our strategic plan, we involve dedication to prayer. As we were praying for church growth, God spoke to us that there are many people called, but there was nobody to mentor them. Dr. Mtokambali himself visited all sections, more than 200 for 2 years. And during this visit, in each section, he made an altar call for people who feels that God is calling them to be church planters. Data shows that more than 80,000 people responded to the call with the power of the Holy Spirit. I saw it myself, people coming in tears, men and women, young men and elders, responding to the call. Therefore, our step number 3 is train, mentor, and coach. Brother Ron has mentioned to you about church planting schools in each district, 32 districts. Our aim is to empower these church planters within their location. 8% of Tanzanians lives in village. The challenge of sending these young men from the villages into the Bible college, which are in town, some of them never go back to the villages. After they have enjoyed and seen the luxuries of in town, they don't want to go back again to the village. Therefore, church planting schools solve this problem because we train them within their locality. In 4 months, before that fire pulls down, in 4 months, we send them to plant the churches. In these 4 months, we train them 15 courses, ranged to field of practical and systematic theology, ministerial courses, and missions, and etc. Therefore, the fourth step is commission. After 4 months of training, we do the sending process by conducting special service of releasing them. You would want to be there seeing these people, filled by the power of the Holy Spirit, ready to go to plant the churches. As we have mentioned earlier, that the research is done to identify and prioritize the unreached areas. Each district have to do the same. Therefore, the trained church planter are exposed to these areas and be given freedom to select where to go. The fifth step is cultivate. This is now it is the time of actual work of planting a church. In this process, in most cases, we use program evangelism approach. However, we let each area to be flexible. Whatever works accessible and comfortable in the area can be used. For instance, in Zanzibar, whereby 99% are Muslims, the model has been changed a bit so that it can fit our area. 2011 and 12, more than 5 churches was set on fire. A Roman Catholic priest was shot dead and killed. Other 2 pastors were attacked. In such area, we implement another model by which we call, rather than planting a church, we go and plant a pastor. We go and plant a church planter in a community. And then the church will be emerged from within the community. He goes and stays there. He does what they do. If the community is the fishermen, he goes and participates in fishing. If they are agricultural people, he goes and does the agriculture. But at the end, the church will be emerged from within the community. Therefore, the 5th step, thank you so much, of our model for church planting is cultivation, as I have mentioned. The 6th step is support. When it comes to supporting these new church planters, some local pastors, churches, sections, districts, everybody, even department leaders and the individuals are mobilized to support them. However, it is about 50 to 60 church planters get direct support. Others go by faith and trust the Lord to provide. Our last step is replant, multiplication. We all agree that every living thing begets its own kind. In our strategic plan, we do not only consider quality, but also quantity. Our aim is to plant living, healthier, multiplication church. A living and health church will always beget other churches. Therefore, we encourage these churches to plant other churches. As a result of this model, as my brother Ron has mentioned, in our key results, we have seen the growth, tremendous growth of the church. Almost 500 new members have been added to our fellowship. We have been able to plant more than 4,500 new churches up to now. We have been able, thank you so much. We have been able to recruit more than 4,300 new pastors. As we have mentioned, we have been able to establish 32 church planting schools in each district of our Tanzania Assemblies of God. And in regard to engaging in community development ministry, we've been able to build 3 high schools, 2 elementary schools, over 300 water wells, and healthcare center. It may look as a little thing, but for us, this is a great achievement. Not only that, we have been able to send 7 families of missionaries. They are doing so great in Madagascar, in Burundi, in Mozambique. And even this year we are planning to send more than 4 families in other surrounding countries of Tanzania. This has a growth impact. We started with 10 districts in 2008. Now we have 32 districts. We started with 75 sections in 2008. But now, by God's grace, we have 320 sections. We started with only 4 Bible colleges. But now we have 7 Bible colleges. With the Lord, everything is possible. Now let me invite my general superintendent as he is coming to make a conclusion.